Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Here we go. We're just jumping right into the ring. I don't even have time to say that this is Superpowered Wrestling and that I am your host, Nick. Because if you didn't notice, that there is Storm and Nebula inside of the ring. I've got nothing better than, well, nothing better. I've got probably the best thing I could think of. Really, I want, X-Men. I need X-Men. I can't get enough XMEN'97. Can you? No. If you're like me, no! We've got more episodes, but man, I just can't get enough. X-Men was my bread and butter. X-Men was my jam! And, incidentally, I feel like the XMEN'97, kind of predominantly featuring the women, which is rightfully deserved. I mean, easily some of the most powerful in the team. Am I not wrong? So, to represent, we got Jean Grey in the ring, we've got Rogue, the women's champion, and we've got Storm, the goddess. So we've got 3 X-Men in the ring, X-Women in the ring, and I didn't know who better to pair them up with, but I just happened to know that I've got another team. You know, I've already had the X-Men fight the Avengers, and you know what, we're due for a little bit more action, and I need to debut more people. So we've got the debut of not only Gamora, who is facing up against the Phoenix, a little bit on the receiving end right now, outside the ring in this amazing Doctor Strange arena, but it also felt very universal, so I felt this matchup applied. Oh, 1, 2, 3, count along, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and Phoenix makes 10. The sisters. Oh no, she's gonna do it now! Mantis only gets 2 off before Nebula breaks that up. But man, Gamora, Nebula, and Mantis. I was trying to get to the point. Yeah, the Guardians of the Galaxy. The female Guardians of the Galaxy versus the feminine X-Men. X-Women? Let me know what you like, which one you prefer. I'm not quite sure. I'm on the fence. But also, we're doing a 3-on-3 matchup. If you couldn't tell, it's a 3-on-3 tag. And this is just kind of, again, my little bro, I've got an older and a younger brother. I'm the middle child. Just let y'all know right now. So incidentally, I get it from both sides as far as what's cool and what's not. Yeah, you know, to each their own. Incidentally, my younger brother, he was telling me about these the trios matches, and I was immediately intrigued. So I felt like, hey, you know what? Let's do it. Let's do a 3-on-3 traditional tag match. But let's throw the ladies in the ring because, man, the X-Men ladies, they've just been on a tear lately. I mean, gosh, it's like the men have been kind of on the receiving end, but the women, don't you just get out of their way. Oh, no! Here we go, right back at you! 1, 2, 3, 4, count along. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Gamora on the universal female women, you know the things, women's champion, is currently stunned outside the ring. This Alice in Wonderland-esque Doctor Strange zany multiversal madness kind of a ring. with the mood lighting, I love it. I mean, honestly, this is probably one of my favorite rings we've had so far. And you don't you worry, I've got quite a few. I mean, the community, honestly, I'm blown away repeatedly. I've said it week after week by, I mean, this Superpowered Wrestling would not exist were it not for the community. Because truly, as much as I wish I had the time to just spend creating these characters in these arenas, I just don't. Like most of you, I've got a 9-to-5, and this is just something for fun. But, you know, I definitely enjoy doing this, and I appreciate all you out there watching. Ooh, head kick. Wow. This is, I mean, where else would you get this kind of action? The MCU? Yeah, of course, but it takes a couple years. Versus on SPW, you get it twice a week. Tuesdays and Thursdays. Rogue, going for the pinfall. Oh, broke it up once again. I don't know what's going to happen. This 3-on-3 matchup, I was like, is this going to take like 9 years? Who's to say? I don't know. But all I know is that it's a traditional match. Good luck in there, Earl Hebner, a.k.a. Ref. Because, man, oh, Gamora! with the women's champ over her head like she's nothing. Rogue of the X-Men and Gamora. This is an awesome matchup. And also, color coordinated. Just wanted to throw that out there. Oh no, what's she got in store for Storm? Oh! Dropping Storm to the ring apron. Stunning, the goddess. What is gonna happen next? Oh! Rogue's like, oh, well, you're gonna take out my teammate? I'm gonna take out your sister. How do you like that? How do you like me now? And then sending in the Phoenix. Just one of those universal forces. Just wanted to say, XMEN'97 bringing the MCU and the old 90s cartoon all together into the fold. The Shi'ar Empire. You know, Professor X and his girlfriend. Yeah, and, well, I guess technically wife now. He's like an emperor. I don't know. It's confusing. Always has been. That was always the weirdest part of the X-Men cartoons, is when they got into the space stuff. Caught myself. But, that was always a little weird. But now, because of the MCU, that's not even that weird. We've already got talking trees and raccoons. Well, who cares? I mean, Guardians of the Galaxy, I'll be honest. Back in the day, they were one of those teams you just didn't take seriously. I mean, in the 90s, when the X-Men ruled, I mean, even the Avengers were just kind of like, you may like a couple of them, but not all of them. But then, once you got into the talking raccoons, you were just like, okay, this is a comic book. I mean, and they also had talking dogs that were telepathic. I mean, it's all there now. It's all there. But it was a little extreme. It was a little bit, okay. I like hokey, but I like a certain amount of hokey, and that's crossing the line. Maybe it was just me. I don't know. Let me know your thoughts, because I grew up, and I'm not going to say I'm sheltered or anything, but primarily, I mean, I didn't read a ton of comics as a kid. I watched cartoons, like you, I imagine. But then as I got older, I started getting into reading. You should all teach your kids to read. Comic books are one of those great things that actually kind of cross that barrier. Oh, what was that? Sorry. Getting distracted. Really, I should be talking about the action. Here I am, I'm just waxing poetic about childhood. But incidentally, yeah, comic books, a great way to get your kids to read. You know, if you're my age, you probably got kids. So, just throwing that out there. Why can't you do book reports on the Executioner song, or Days of Future Past? Why isn't that a book report? Come on, 10th grade English. It would have been amazing. I would have been so into that. But you're not allowed to. You got to do Mark Twain or I don't know, Huckleberry Finn. And then you break that up between like 6 weeks, and everybody reads a different paragraph. Sure, yeah, I'm gonna retain that. Anyways, I digress. Getting off on what I complained about in my own middle school / high school days. But here we go. Oh, whoa, Rogue. What was? Storm. Did like a little. I can't even think of the moves. I'm being dumbfounded by the amount of just. Differential move. Here we go. This is one I know. There we go. Even that, I feel like I'm like a decade behind in these movesets. Don't you worry. I intend to do some hard-earned. No, nothing's hard-earned. I'm not. Sometimes I should quote on my head. I have a thought, and sometimes it goes to nowhere. But incidentally, I can always just look back in the ring and go, man. Mantis laying the smackdown on Phoenix, throwing her to the corner, and wow, going up top. What has she got in store? Oh no, what? Oh, bulldog from the top rope into the center of the ring. Almost to the center of the galaxy. It kind of looked like 1, 2. Oh, I was like, where are her teammates on that one? Phoenix, apparently. Storm and Rogue, not too concerned. I mean, she is like one of the strongest forces in the universe. If they could ever get that movie franchise right, man, I'd love to see it. Tried it twice, didn't work out either time. And you don't have to take my word for it. Just look at the numbers. But tagging out, here we go. Storm. I didn't mention, but Storm rocking the traditional 90s outfit. I'm loving it. She's got a new one in the X-Men 97, but you know, when I knew Storm, she had the white hair, the white outfit, and white eyes. You know, whenever she was using her powers, you had to watch out. Oh, what was that? Man, that was just a club to the nose. It's a hammer fist. Just trying to spoil those good looks of Gamora. She's got green skin, but don't you worry. That almost makes her even more exotic. But here's her sister in the ring. I love seeing these two fighting side by side. I should mention that. Oh, Storm going for the pinfall. She is stunned. What, Nebula manages to kick out, but really I think that was more Mantis. And then immediately, ooh, Nebula pinning Storm. These two going tit for tat. Don't you worry. That's okay to say. It's not about an exchange of goods and services for tattoos. No! It's just a saying. It's fine. Don't you worry about it. Oh! Going for the pinfall. Storm one more time. 1, 2! Ooh! Mantis kicks out. She is the sister of Star-Lord. If you weren't paying attention, maybe you missed the Christmas special. Oh! Landing a huge move on the Phoenix. Stunning her. 1, 2, and she kicks out. Man, Mantis almost had it. And wisely tags in Nebula. Nebula, I don't know if you saw the What If episodes where she was kind of a detective. It was like a film noir style of an episode. Probably one of my favorite things I've seen in Marvel. I mean, that's a bold statement, but here we go. Gamora, her sister, jumping in to break up the pinfall. Not about to let Nebula be on the receiving end too long. But you can't count out the Phoenix, Jean Grey. I should mention, I love that they've given Jean Grey more of a clairvoyant kind of a power. I mean, because that was something that was never really explored in the original cartoon. But now she walks into a room, it's kind of like a psychic. I mean, a traditional psychic, like a real-world psychic, right? Walks into a room, gets a vibe for the place, starts telling you stories about, you know, families and children past, ghosts, and whatnot. Jean's tuned into all that. I love it. And that was never a thing back in the day. And that is something that I'm like, oh, that takes this to a new level. And that's really what X-Men 97 has done. I feel like they took everything about the X-Men and they just raised it to a new level. Basically, supercharging everything, getting it ready right. Oh, speaking of supercharge, here we go. Double team, boom! Oh! A good old fashioned team up is what they call it in the superhero. I don't know. Circles, yeah. In the circles of superheroes, there's lots of them. There's DC and there's MCU and Marvel. You know, there's DCU. So, you know, we get a little bit of everything here in SPW. Is that too many letters? Am I starting to confuse y'all? I'm confusing myself. It's fine. Don't you worry. But here we go. Oh, here we go. More tag team action. Awesome. I'm loving it. This is good teamwork out of both teams. Here we go. Oh, up and over into the center of the ring. Right in the middle of that black hole in the center of that universe, it looks like. Wow. Almost looks like a waterbed there for a second. Well, those shots were just making the whole ring reverberate. Oh, face plant! Mantis quickly going for the pinfall. Storm trying to break it up, and she does. Woo! This is all over the place. Again, these, what is it? The Lucha Trios match? I don't know what this is. This is what, I mean, to me, it was just a good old-fashioned, like, 3-on-3 tag match. But I've recently learned that there are belts that exist that is a 3-person tag belt, and I was immediately like, that, in my view, legitimizes it, right? That should be a thing more often than not. Oh, here we go once again! Yeah! Double shoulder block. Storm's setting something up big. Here we go. Watch out. Here she goes. Stunning. Gamora in the center of the ring. 1, 2. Ooh, Gamora kicks out. Man, these ladies, like I said, I mean, the men of both of these teams, don't get me wrong, I would love to have a featured match with all of them, but I just felt like in X-Men 97 of late, the women are easily the most interesting stories that are happening. I mean, they are the predominantly driving force of this cartoon. So I can't help but just, I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I had another match fully prepared where I had and tell me again if you would like to see it. Let me know. But I was already prepared to see the X-Men, and specifically Wolverine, Gambit, and Colossus against the Brotherhood of Evil Mutants, featuring Magneto, Juggernaut, and Sabretooth. You know, kind of an equal match, rival versus rival. And it still might happen, because I'm a fan of these 3-on-3 matches so far. But if that's something you'd like to see, you let me know. But incidentally, I just felt like this one seemingly, I don't know, took precedence. I mean, specifically Jean, Storm, and Rogue right now in the X-Men 97 cartoon, if you've been watching. I mean, they're what is determining the strength of this team. Like, don't get me wrong, Nightcrawler and Wolverine, that fight scene. Don't get me started. But that's purely action. That's not really driving the drama. And this is what's doing it for me. So incidentally, I felt like these ladies. Also, I do love Guardians of the Galaxy. James Gunn is the man. He took a team I was ragging on earlier and made them easily one of the most interesting and entertaining part of the Avengers and, well, Avengers movies and the MCU as a whole. Here we go. One. Oh, Rogue breaks it up. So that's what I was afraid of. I was like, man, these ladies, unfortunately, being that it's 3-on-3, I'm like, two of them can be recouping pretty well while one of them, does that to the other, and then hopefully they break it up. Rogue again. So, I mean, really, one of these ladies is going to have to do something special. They're going to have to team up. They're going to have to plan it out. Just like now. They're going to have to go after the others that are on the outside of the ring. Try and take them out of the equation. Just like right now, Gamora going after the Phoenix. Drops her to the outside like a bad habit. Storm, I'm pretty sure, and Gamora, the legal people. And yet, right now, Storm on her own. But she manages DDT on Gamora. Rogue rolls back into the ring. Or maybe she got thrown in. That had some propulsion to it. This time Gamora counters Storm. Phoenix is still stunned outside the ring. 1, 2. Storm kicks out. That could have been it. You have to take a drink if you're like me. You've got a glass full, and it might take you a moment. Storm crawling back to her corner. Each team tagging out. Mantis versus Rogue. Here we go. I've seen this a little bit already, but Mantis lands a massive DDT on Rogue. I mean, really, landing anything on the women's champion, you got to feel that extra sense of pride. But then on the same end, getting on the receiving end of anything from the champion probably hurts a little more. What do you say? Mantis. Rogue seemed to have a hold of those antennas? Yeah, I guess they're antennas. That's probably not okay, right? I mean, I don't know. How do you feel? Is an antenna I feel like it's like a no-no part. Like, don't touch my antennas. I don't know. It'd probably be super sensitive. I just imagine it'd be like, hey, like not in the face. That's what you'd say. But you'd be like, not in the antenna. If you're a Mantis being of sorts. Gamora. What has she got in store? Laying a face plant right in the corner, though, really giving Storm every opportunity to just kind of get in there. But I like this. Gamora Nebula immediately backing up her sister. I mean, really, these characters, I haven't said it enough, but they are on point, aren't they? I mean, come on. To all the creators out there, This is WWE 2K23. Don't you worry, I'll be getting a new one soon enough. Yeah, it's one of those things, you know. I feel like I just got this game. I feel like I had 2K22 for about a month, and then this came out. And then I've had this for about 4 months, and then 2K24 came out. And it was like, what's happening? I can't quite justify 3 new games in less than a 6-month period. Especially when they've got multiple years attached. How does that work? Huh? Huh? It's alright. Oh, wow. Storm. Newly gotten powers back. Trying to put it to good use against Gamora. Oh, there you go. Rogue just unceremoniously tossing her opponent out of the ring. Storm going to work, moonsault, stomps. What else has she got to do? I mean, Gamora is... she's about as tough as they come. In a submission hold. Oh, manages to kick out real quick. Goes for a lumbering sweep, but... oh, ends up in a faceplant. Storm lets her crawl to the corner. Trying to get herself back to her feet. Manages barely, but... oh, no. I was like, that's where Storm wants it. Going up top. Oh, crafty move. Never count out Gamora. She is a martial arts master, and I might add, daughter of the Mad Titan, Thanos. That's no small thing. Oh, maybe not by blood, but who cares? 1. Storm tries to go for the quick pinfall on Mantis and is not gonna do it. Decides instead to go get one last shot on Gamora. Land a Hurricane Rana on Mantis. I love it. Oh, going for the shoulder. Stomping that knee. Working on the back. I mean, methodically. She is going to work. And here we go once again. Is she going to go for the pinfall? She does. This time, 1. Oh, and again. Nebula kicks out. You really got to... at this point, I mean, you it's less about your opponent and more about... the 2 on either side of the ring there. Because, I mean, yeah, you can keep tagging in, tagging out, but until you actually go on the attack against those that are kind of breaking up the counts, never mind the pinfall. I mean, you can only hope that you can keep them down for 3, but you're definitely not going to keep them down for 3 if you got 2 other people coming in to try and stomp you out of it. Wow, massive backhand from Rogue. I mean, if you think about it, Rogue, if she really wanted, she could end this fight by just taking off her gloves. But we did say, you know, this is, granted it's super-powered wrestling, but no, inside that ring, all powers are to be kept to a minimum. Anything that you can actively turn off, you should turn off. And I don't know if you knew, that's actually like one of the big distinctions between many types of mutants. It's just the ability to actively turn on or off your power. That makes you, apparently immediately, a higher level mutant. Alpha, Beta, and Omega. Otherwise, there's like a... oh man, I feel like it's just like a bunch of fraternities. Those are the other versions of the mutants. But they're the ones that can't, you know, like the Morlocks. They're just kind of stuck in a permanent form, and they can't turn off their ability. Also, can't really, you know, most of the time be very useful. Unfortunately, I mean, there was like one character whose power was like to become like 2-dimensional. Awesome. That's great from half of the angles. And that's about it. So, yeah. Incidentally, not the best superpower. Oh no. The Storm got a Storm! Hurricane Rana from the top rope! Nice! There we go. Storm high flying. That's what I want to see out of, well, her and Rogue. I mean, I guess Phoenix can fly too. It's more, hers is less flying, I guess, and more just like mental, like levitation, right? How would you define that? I mean, brilliant, yeah. Nebula, Gamora, nor Mantis. None of them can fly. I mean, I suppose, really, it's just, Star-Lord. Star-Lord's the only Guardian of the Galaxy that can fly, and that's not even that he's flying, he's just got those, you know, fancy little boot flippy rocket jets. 1, 2, wow! Right there in the corner, and Mantis and Gamora decide to not step in until the last second. Mantis was like, wait, oh, maybe she is actually hurt. I mean, I get it, like, Nebula is about as tough as they come, but and she can just put herself back together again, but man, you still got to try and help out your teammates where you can. What has she got in store? Oh no, Storm. What is this? Oh, she's going. Looked like she was going to break the arm, but Storm manages to quickly get out of that. Oh, what is this? And lands some DDT of her own. Again, in that corner, she needs to try to get Nebula out of there. Here you go. See, taking my advice, goes to her own corner, but took a little too long. Nebula manages to recover. Oh, wow. Ooh, she was lucky. Look there. For a second, Rogue and the Phoenix. We're going to try and take her out. I keep saying the Phoenix because that's the outfit that Jean Grey's wearing right now. She decided to go with that. I like it because, I mean, Storm also, we've seen her in the ring before, but she was rocking the black duds. But now she's going with the more traditional, the white on white. And honestly, I love it. I like when people mix up the costumes. I'm not gonna lie, keeps things interesting. You're like, am I seeing a new recruit of the X-Men, or is this just a different costume that one of them is bringing to the party tonight? Oh, wow, Rogue! Oh, unleashes a vicious fury. A shot to the chops, drops Mantis. But then Mantis, oh, whoa, that was like a front DDT that just stood up Rogue. Man, and she gets a 2 count. This one, all over the place. Mantis now. Oh, decided to go, throws Jean into the ropes, but continues her assault on Rogue. I mean, again, you know, it's got to be rough to be the women's champ. You've just basically got a target painted on your back. So, even in the middle of a trios tag match, you can still get that extra little bit of attention paid to you. So you just got to be, again, I mean, thinking of defending that belt at all times. Even though you're not defending the belt, there's no belt on the line. She's just always got to be aware. It's got to be rough. I would not want that weighing on my conscience. I wouldn't mind the belt weighing on my waist. There's the trade-off. Oh, here we go. One. Oh, yep. Nebula in there quick. Once again. Man, these ladies. I mean, okay, I try not to look at the bottoms of the... well, that's a Freudian slip, remember? I try not to look at the bottoms, but I try not to look at the bottom of the screen and look at their energy gauges. But it definitely looks based on that. Like the X-women have a bit of an advantage. Still, I mean, no count going longer than a 2. We're not even at 2 3/4 yet. So this match all over the place. I don't mind it for a second. Oh, here we go. Finally, there's some action outside the ring. There's action inside the ring. Oh, head kick. Stunning. Gamora won. Oh, she gets a rope break. That was lucky because, man, it looked like Mantis and Nebula were nowhere to be seen. They're still not in the ring. Gamora was stunned. That could have been it. Ah, oh, that was Jean's opportunity, and I'm sure she's just kicking herself. Man, a little too close to the ropes. Oh, wow! Gamora, what was that kick? Some kind of a bicycle slash scorpion head kick? I don't know. Feels appropriate. Into the ropes. Oh, Mantis. Springboard off the chest, and then, wow, a running lariat into a drop kick into the face. Going for the pinfall. 1, 2, Rogue. Oh, a second too late, but it didn't matter. Man, Jean just kicks out of it. Mantis pulling her hair out by the roots. Cannot believe it. This match just going to new levels. I mean, all these ladies digging to new depths. That's why I wanted to see this, was because, again, the ladies of the X-Men, easily the most impressive force on the team. And that's a bold statement, because Wolverine is on this team. But Wolverine's more of a chaotic force of nature. He's not really, he just kind of, it's like a weapon. You just sort of aim in the general direction of what you want him to do. Oh! Gamora! Is she going to do a 619? No! Instead, going for a kick to the spine. Sometimes things rhyme from time to time. And I don't mind. Oh, was that terrible? Yeah, that felt pretty bad. But it's fine. You know, I just like to roll with it. Things happen organically. Like I said, these matches, again, if this is your first time watching the channel, these are one and done. I don't know what's going to happen. And I don't want to redo it in the event that I just like to keep things honest. So, all of these matches, one and done. We just, we're along for the ride. I'm along for the ride every bit as much as you are. Wow! Storm, what was that? Oh my gosh. Wisely, Gamora rolls out of the ring. Oh, jeez, and Rogue just decides to just. Oh, I'm just gonna start punching. But just both of them. Oh, stunning Gamora. I mean, Nebula. Sorry. Oh, what was that? Man. I was gonna say she lands a shot on Mantis and then just decides to try and flip over the ring to get her, and she missed, but it didn't seem to affect her none. Oh, but that one did. That time she lands a kick, and both Gamora, oh no, sorry, I keep saying that, Nebula and Mantis stunned, but Gamora, oh, leg drop on the champion. She has not an ounce of quit in her. Am I right? Oh, wow, Rogue laying body shots. Man, she is just going to town. The women's champ, just, again, showing off. I mean, what we all knew about Rogue is that you don't mess with Rogue, frankly. I mean, she took down Captain Marvel. It hasn't happened in the MCU, but mark my words, that's going to happen. Yeah. And it'll be good. I don't know if Brie Larson... Leave me a comment. How do you feel about Brie Larson as Captain Marvel? I've never been a huge fan, and I've never really, like, hated her or anything, but people seem... Oh, what was that counter? People seem to not like Brie Larson. And I'm like, well, Rogue might be your answer to that, one way or another, because, if they do it according to the comics, which I'm guessing they will, because that's one thing about Marvel, and that's the reason the MCU works, is because they go by what the comics do. 1, 2, Phoenix breaking it up. Mantis once again. Can't believe it. But, again, according to the comics, that's where Rogue got her powers. I mean, or at least her ability to fly and super strength. She didn't get, like, the photon blasts, but, you know, beyond that, she didn't really need them. Honestly, that's just kind of what makes Rogue great and Captain Marvel a little OP. It's kind of like Superman. It's like, do you really need to fly, have super strength, super healing? 1, 2, 3! No way! Out of nowhere! What? I was telling a story, and Nebula pulls out the win. What? The Guardians of the Galaxy! The ladies of the Guardians of the Galaxy. The Guardians? The Guardianesses? Wow, that was incredible. Mantis, Nebula, and Gamora standing in the middle of the ring, victorious over the X-Women. I don't believe it. Over the women's champion. This might not be the last time we see these ladies in action. Oh man, if you stuck through to the end, thank you. It was a little exhausting. It's okay. Take a deep breath. I'm right there with you. Stick around till next week. Until then, keep watching SPW, do the thing, like, subscribe, and we'll see you next time. Good night.